As the NBA preseason gets underway, it presents a crucial moment for coaches to assess their entire player rotation in a variety of game situations. Preseason games offer valuable insights, allowing teams to evaluate not only their starters but also bench players who could play significant roles as the season progresses. The Golden State Warriors, led by head coach Steve Kerr, have been making the most of these opportunities, recently improving their preseason record to an impressive 5-0 after a victory over the Los Angeles Lakers on Tuesday, October 15th. This success has raised expectations and highlighted the team's depth and talent. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. The Warriors roster is filled with a wealth of high-caliber players, which presents both an advantage and a challenge. Having so many skilled individuals means that competition for playing time will be fierce. During a post-game press conference, star guard Stephen Curry addressed this issue, acknowledging that while the depth can be beneficial, it can also lead to frustrations among players who may feel sidelined. Curry's insights are crucial as the team gears up for a demanding regular season. "I don't think you can avoid hurt feelings, which isn't necessarily a bad thing," Curry stated, shedding light on the emotional dynamics within the team. "It's part of the NBA. It's part of our specific team at the highest level because you probably have 13 guys who could argue they should be in the main rotation. There are only so many minutes available. Feelings will get hurt, but players need to stay motivated and be ready to play." His comments reflect an understanding that while competition can drive performance, it can also create tension among players vying for limited minutes on the court. As the Warriors look ahead to the upcoming season, the depth of their roster could lead them to consider a consolidation trade later in the year. While the current roster is loaded with talent, the front office must balance individual player aspirations with the overall team dynamics. A trade could help streamline the rotation and ensure that key players receive the necessary minutes to contribute effectively. Yet, for now, Golden State is in a position of strength, with a versatile lineup capable of adapting to various opponents and strategies. The flexibility offered by their deep roster allows Kerr to explore a range of strategies, adjusting his game plan depending on the strengths and weaknesses of opposing teams. This adaptability could prove invaluable over the long season, as different matchups require different approaches. Kerr's reputation as a strategic thinker and his ability to make real-time adjustments will be critical in maximizing the team's potential. However, the real test for Kerr will be his ability to manage player expectations and keep morale high. With a team brimming with talent, maintaining a cohesive unit becomes essential. Players must understand their roles, whether they are starters, key bench contributors, or emerging talents waiting for their chance to shine. Curry emphasized the importance of maintaining focus and motivation, stating, "It's vital for everyone to stay engaged, even if their minutes are limited. When called upon, players must be prepared to deliver." As the Warriors head into the new season, they are not only looking to bounce back from a challenging 2023-24 campaign, but also aiming to reclaim their status as title contenders. With seasoned veterans and young talent, they have the potential to be a formidable force in the league. The chemistry built during the preseason could set the tone for their regular season performance, making it essential for players to gel both on and off the court. The road to success will not be without challenges. Injuries, inconsistent performances, and the natural ups and downs of a long NBA season can test even the strongest teams. The Warriors will need to remain resilient, using their depth to withstand potential setbacks. As Curry and his teammates prepare for the season, they must also embrace the spirit of teamwork and collaboration, understanding that individual success contributes to the team's overall success. Furthermore, the leadership of veterans like Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson will play a significant role in navigating these challenges. Their experience in high-pressure situations and their ability to uplift their teammates can help foster a positive environment, ensuring that every player feels valued and integral to the team's objectives. Curry's leadership style, characterized by his approachability and willingness to communicate, will be essential in maintaining harmony within the roster. As they prepare for the season opener, the Warriors are poised to make a strong statement in the league. Their combination of talent, depth, and strategic acumen puts them in a favorable position to compete at the highest level. If they can effectively manage the dynamics of their roster and keep the lines of communication open, there's no telling how far this team can go. Ultimately, the Warriors' journey this season will be defined not only by their performance on the court, but also by their ability to cultivate a culture of unity and support. With Curry leading the charge, fans can expect an exciting season ahead filled with thrilling moments and remarkable achievements. The challenge will be not just to win games, but to do so as a cohesive unit, proving that even in a league of individual talent, teamwork remains the key to success. Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, has recently found himself facing a wave of criticism from fans regarding the playing time allocated to Moses Moody. The young forward has emerged as a fan favorite within the franchise, demonstrating considerable talent when given the opportunity to shine on the court. However, for reasons that remain unclear, it often seems as though he loses his spot in the rotation, leading many to question whether this trend will continue into the upcoming season. After a recent preseason victory against the Los Angeles Lakers, Kerr spoke highly of Moody's performance. Moses is playing exceptionally well in the preseason. In fact, he has shown significant improvement in various facets of his game. We've always appreciated his character and work ethic. But now, I've never seen him play with such confidence. Because of this, I have no doubt that he will play an important role with us moving forward, Kerr stated. This acknowledgement of Moody's potential comes at a critical time as the team navigates through the preseason. Based on his impressive performances, it has become increasingly necessary for Kerr to find minutes for Moody in the rotation. Over the last 3 preseason games, the young forward has amassed an impressive total of 58 points, making him the leading scorer for the Warriors in each of those matchups. In addition to his scoring abilities, Moody is also recognized for his defensive prowess. However, when reporters pressed Kerr for more detailed information about Moody's expected playing time, the coach was somewhat evasive. As I've said before, Moses will have a significant role on this team. However, we have other players who also deserve their minutes. Every day, our coaching staff is in the office brainstorming ways to create space for all these guys. I continually challenge the roster at every practice, make our decisions difficult. And they are certainly doing just that, Kerr deflected, showcasing both his appreciation for Moody and his awareness of the larger roster dynamics at play. Kerr's uncertainty regarding Moody's playing time is understandable given the context. The Warriors head coach is faced with the challenge of integrating Moody into a lineup that is now more versatile and deep than in previous years. The franchise made a concerted effort during the offseason to bolster the team, particularly in response to the loss of Klay Thompson. As a result, Kerr finds himself in a potentially unprecedented situation in his coaching career, where he must navigate a wealth of talent. This is probably the deepest roster I've ever worked with, Kerr noted. We have a high number of players capable of contributing to the rotation, 12 or 13 really strong players. Moses is certainly one of them. But, as I mentioned, he is just one of 12. What I can say is that we have some tough decisions to make leading up to next week. However, I'm not overly concerned about it, for now, the veteran coach explained. Given his extensive experience in the league, Kerr is likely to wait until the final practice before making definitive decisions about his rotation. After all, the practices leading up to the season opener are crucial for providing clarity on player performances and overall team dynamics. We will continue to work because there are various details we need to refine and incorporate. In the meantime, we hope that the court reveals the best way to structure this rotation, he added, emphasizing the importance of preparation. Moses Moody's limited playing time thus far is also impacting his prospects for a contract extension. He is eligible for a preliminary extension before the season kicks off, but the prevailing sentiment is that he is more likely to become a restricted free agent in July 2025. According to Anthony Slater from The Athletic, there are currently no active negotiations between the parties, making the likelihood of an agreement seem slim. This situation was somewhat predictable, especially in light of the events during the off-season. The young forward was a frequent subject of trade rumors as the Warriors sought to acquire a star player. Various reports indicated that Moody was even offered to the Utah Jazz as part of a potential trade for Lauri Markkanen. These rumors reflect the complex dynamics at play in a franchise that is constantly striving for success while also aiming to develop its younger talent. As the regular season approaches, the Warriors face the dual challenge of maximizing the potential of their current roster while also providing developmental opportunities for their younger talent, such as Moody. The interaction between the coaching staff's strategic decisions and the individual performances of players will ultimately dictate how the team moves forward in its quest for success. Kerr's management of the roster will be put to the test as he aims to keep all players engaged and motivated. The challenge lies not just in finding minutes for Moody, but also in ensuring that all players feel valued and have the opportunity to contribute. With a deeper roster, Kerr must strike a balance between winning now and developing players for the future. In conclusion, as the Golden State Warriors gear up for the new season, all eyes will be on how Steve Kerr manages the complexities of his roster. Will Moses Moody find his place in the rotation? How will the integration of new and existing players shape the team's success? As these questions linger, the Warriors' journey promises to be an intriguing one, full of potential and challenges alike. The interplay between player performance, coaching strategies, and team dynamics will undoubtedly be key factors as they aim to reclaim their place among the elite in the NBA. As the 2024-25 NBA season approaches, speculation is heating up regarding the Washington Wizards and their potential moves ahead of the trade deadline. While this deadline may seem far off, the Wizards have a roster filled with players who could be on the move, indicating that they are likely to be very active in trade talks throughout the year. The front office is in a unique position, as they have several assets that could attract attention from teams looking to bolster their rosters. Among those who could be traded are Malcolm Brogdon, Jonas Valanciunas, and Kyle Kuzma. Each of these players brings something different to the table, making them valuable in their own right. Of these names, Kuzma stands out as the most significant asset. His versatility and scoring ability have made him a fan favorite, and he nearly found himself traded last season but opted to remain with the Wizards. Given his talent and potential, it's likely that he will be at the center of trade discussions as the season unfolds. Kuzma's contributions on the court have been substantial. Last season, he had a productive run with Washington, participating in 70 games where he averaged an impressive 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. His ability to score, combined with his effectiveness in rebounding, has solidified his role as a key player for the Wizards. Kuzma showcased his efficiency by shooting 46.3% from the field and 33.6% from beyond the arc, demonstrating his capability as a reliable scorer. His performance has undoubtedly caught the attention of several teams around the league. If Kuzma does become available, a specific team in the Western Conference may emerge as an ideal trade partner. The Golden State Warriors, who made a push to acquire Paul George during the offseason to bolster their small forward or power forward positions, could see Kuzma as a fitting alternative. While he may not be on the same level as George, Kuzma could still effectively fulfill the Warriors' needs for a dynamic scorer who can stretch the floor and provide solid defense. From a strategic standpoint, if the Warriors were to acquire Kuzma, he could seamlessly step in to replace Andrew Wiggins as the Warriors' starting small forward. Wiggins, despite his defensive prowess and experience, has had moments of inconsistency that may prompt the Warriors to explore other options. In such a scenario, Wiggins might be sent back to Washington or possibly to a third team that helps facilitate the trade. The Wizards might be incentivized to take on Wiggins' contract if it comes with additional assets such as draft picks or a promising young player. Although Wiggins has a less-than-ideal contract, he still has the potential to make a positive impact in Washington. His experience and ability to contribute on both ends of the floor could provide the Wizards with a veteran presence they need as they look to build a more competitive team. While the logistics of such a trade might prove complicated, the Warriors' determination to strengthen their roster could lead them to find a workable solution. The front office is well aware that a trade could significantly enhance their chances of making a deep playoff run, and acquiring Kuzma could be a step in the right direction. However, it's essential to note that the Wizards may not necessarily be inclined to part with Kuzma. They might view him as a key piece for their future as they aim to return to competitiveness. The front office has to weigh the potential benefits of trading him against the long-term value he brings to the team. Kuzma's youth and talent suggest that he could be a central figure in the Wizards' efforts to rebuild and improve their standing in the league. As the season progresses, the dynamics of the trade market will continue to shift. The Wizards' front office will be monitoring their performance closely, and if they find themselves out of playoff contention, they may decide to make some significant moves. On the other hand, if the team performs well and shows promise, they might choose to keep Kuzma and build around him. Moreover, the landscape of the NBA is constantly changing, with teams evaluating their rosters and making adjustments to improve. If the Wizards decide to put Kuzma on the trading block, the Warriors would certainly be a team to keep a close eye on. Given their recent efforts to bolster their roster and their desire to remain competitive in the Western Conference, a trade for Kuzma could be a win-win situation for both teams. In conclusion, the upcoming NBA season holds many possibilities for the Washington Wizards, and their decisions regarding players like Kyle Kuzma could significantly impact their future. As trade rumors begin to circulate, all eyes will be on the Wizards and their potential moves. The Warriors, with their recent interest in adding talent to their roster, may very well emerge as prime candidates in any discussions surrounding Kuzma. The NBA trade market is always fluid, and as the season unfolds, it will be fascinating to see how these situations develop.